What's good, Chiefs Kingdom, and welcome back to the Water Boys channel, as it is Monday, and that means we will be diving into one of my mock drafts this week. It'll be a 3-round mock draft. I'm going to do it a little bit different because it's going to catch us all by surprise because I don't know who I'm picking. I got a simulator up. It's going to show basically how the draft should go. Again, it's a simulator, so nothing's going to be exact. And then when it comes to our picks, we're going to make those selections. I'm going to see what fits best and what needs fit best at those type of positions. But before we do dive into that, please be sure to subscribe to the channel because I will keep you up to date on anything Kansas City Chief related. And as it is April, it's draft month, so we are going to be wired throughout the whole month with this draft, so you don't want to miss out on any of that. Without further ado, let's dive into mock draft mode. Okay, so we are in mock draft mode right now. Like I mentioned, it's going to be 3 rounds. So what we're going to do here is basically let the draft simulator work itself. Like you guys do know, I know a lot of fans of every team. They're excited to see what they can pick. So they're going to be going through a lot of these draft simulators, and I've been going through them too. And these are far from accurate, but it's also a fun exercise to do, and I thought I should do it as a video, and maybe I'll add some more. Maybe I'll do some live too. You guys let me know in the comments down below if you want to be a part of this too. I've seen some Chiefs videos where they did this, so I thought it'd be more fun than just, giving my kind of opinion on it, but diving more further in depth with it. But I might also do that. But as you see, I got 3 rounds. We're going to go Kansas City Chiefs style. I'm going to keep it normal speed, and let's draft. And also, too, with this, what I'm going to do is if there are trades that are proposed, we're going to go through them and we're going to see if it's a good need for the team, if they can get more second-round picks since it's a late first round, or we can stay at our position. We can see who's best available. I will discuss my decision-making throughout all of this. But like I said, there's going to be multiple trades. You guys know how this runs, how it works. Or if I like a player definitely at 29-30 that's still available that I feel like you can't pass on, go take them. Now, here are 2 trade offers, they say. So we got the Giants asking for pick 29 and pick 259 for pick 36 and pick 81. Let's see what else we got. It's not a bad trade at all, but I see a name that you guys already know I'm very in love with that I do not want to pass on whatsoever. And this is very good too. So I like the Falcons trade a lot. You get 2 extra picks inside the top 100, which is very crucial because Chiefs, that's where they nail their draft, is inside the top 100. And if you keep gathering more picks inside the top 100, it's going to build your roster very well. But what I'm going to do here, just because I love the player a lot, and we'll go through the players right now, what I'll do is I'll click off. As you see, this is our available board right now. And as you guys do know, I love Chris Olave like crazy. And I think his route tree is magnificent. I think he would fit in this offense. That's probably the pick I'm going to go to. But if we do look elsewhere, you got Nakobe Dean still available. I do like him as a linebacker. I just don't know if the Chiefs should go that route. What is surprising too, unless it's ranked a little different. Let's go through. That would have made it more interesting. When did New England took Daxton Hill, so that would have made things more intriguing too. Let's also look at the edge rushers because that's going to be another thing. So you got David Ojabo still available because of his Achilles injury. Honestly, I'm the type of guy who I know a lot of people say pass on him because he's not going to give you your production this year. But man, David Ojabo is a beast, and if he's available, let's say at the 40 to 50 range, I might jump all over that. Yeah, Boye Mafe, I've mentioned before, I'm not a huge fan in his game, but he can grow on me. It's just, I know he had a great Senior Bowl. I think that's what it was, what made him jump. Let me know in the comments down below. But his tape just doesn't scream to me. Players I do like that would be available as pass rushers. You got David Ojabo. I like Sam Williams a lot. Arnold Ebiketie, Cameron Thomas, Nick Bonito, and I think all those players could be available the next time the Chiefs pick. And also, too, pick 30, there could be a trade offer, too, that we don't know of. So what I'm going to do with this pick, I'm going to go with Chris Olave. And that pick is made now. I don't really like that trade whatsoever. move a couple spots. Not even move a spot. And for pick 154, nah, that's not too enticing for me. Now, that's very enticing to me. So, Dallas is asking for pick 30 and pick 259. We will get pick 56 in return, pick 88 in return, and pick a second round pick from 2023. What I'm going to do is I'm going to accept that. I like that a lot. You gain another second round for this year, so that'll put KC at 3 second round picks. You gain another third round, that puts them at 3 third round picks, and you gain a second round in the future too. I think that's incredible value. I'm going to accept it. And let's let the board play itself out. Oh, David Ajobo off the board. Our edge rushers are flying off the board. That's the thing you got to watch with these trades too. Oh, Chad Moma off the board too. Okay. Our next pick is going to be very interesting here. What I'll be looking for, edge rushers, safety. That's going to be and maybe if a cornerback, I don't want to go for a cornerback at pick 50, but if it's a good choice, I will. But my main two right now, it's going to be edge rusher, it's going to be safety. We're going to reject that. I'm not going to try to trade out of here. I saw too many players' names that I liked coming off the board, and that was the only trade that's available. So, name-wise, there's still a lot of good names on there. I like Alec Pierce a lot. I don't know if I like him at the 50 selection. Christian Watson is a really good name. I don't think the Chiefs would double dip back-to-back picks, but if you do and you want to make a crazy receiving core, Christian Watson, Chris Olave, that would be the route to go. But I don't think that will happen. Skyy Moore is still available. Good, man. If I just wanted to make an all-offensive draft, ooh, I like that a lot. What I want to do, and here's the route we'll go. We'll click defense. Sam Williams, he's still available. That might be the pass rusher I go with. Cameron Thomas is available too. That I love both their games. And another one too, which I'd be taking a huge risk on. I love Jalen Petrie. I think he would make a great combo or triple team or whatever you want to call it with Juan Thornhill and Justin Reed. I think they would mesh perfectly well together. My thing is, what was our next pick? 56? I got to hope he's there at 56 if I want to go, and I might. So, Sam Williams has been growing on me a lot, but Cameron Thomas is my guy. There's just something I like. I know a lot of people, it's growing on a lot of people, but I know it isn't too huge because people don't think he's got that. He's been through that type of elite competition. And I don't know. If a guy's got that motor and that energy and he's skilled, I think that's the way to go. And also, too, I just noticed, too, Arnold Ebiketie still there, too. Oh, I really like him, too. Do I want to take him? This is interesting. Ooh, dilemma. What I think I'm going to do, I'm going to go Cameron Thomas. Now, you guys let me know in the comments down below if that's the right pass rusher I should have went with. If you guys would have preferred Raiders are trying to make a trade, why would I do that with a rival and jump down? Man, they're trying to give me a second round for next year. That's good value, but I need the picks now. We're trying to build championships now. That's why you guys are taking our spot. But like I mentioned, did I go wrong with not taking Arnold Ebiketie or Sam Williams? Sam Williams just went right before here. But what did happen, and the pick I'm going to execute right here, right now, too, which I don't know why. Again, I'm acting like it's a real draft. Let's reject this. Raiders, I'm not even going to mention or try to get involved with a trade with you. I don't know why the Browns went Leon O'Neal Jr., because I think Jalen Petrie is definitely a better safety. Again, it's all opinions. But he's there. That means I am taking him, and I'm excited for that. We basically covered 3 huge needs with this. Wide receiver, we knew that was crucial. Your pass rusher, you know you need it. And then you get another safety, DB, whatever, another guy who can help in your secondary. And I think Jalen Petrie can be easily a day one starter. I know that's not what he will be, but he will definitely bolster that secondary. And now we are back on the board. Do I keep this second round pick? Yeah, 91's just Nah, I don't like what you're doing, Bucks. I don't like. Oh, and that's another one too. So the Niners, they went and got, I don't know how to pronounce his name, and I'm going to be butchering a lot of these names. That's the thing we're going to learn through this. But he's climbing up a lot of your guys' board is Tarek Woolen, or Woolen. Like I said, I'm going to butcher it. But I seen him being in a lot of mocks in the second round for the Chiefs, and that would have been an interesting pick there too. We're gonna look at the cornerbacks and see who's still available. Also too, this might be an area where I might like to double dip at wide receiver, because again, like I mentioned, and I'm gonna make a video this week about it too, if we should be concerned about KC's wide receiver room. But I mentioned in previous videos, just because they got great depth, but nothing solid past this year. So don't be surprised if KC invests in draft picks early on the wide receiving core. They want to make sure Mahomes has his weapons, and that would be the way to do it. But let's look at everything we have available to us right now. And, oh my God. See, this is where you can't really think these are too realistic or not. Because they don't value Christian Watson like you should value him. And that's going to make me want to pick him too. But also someone I'm really starting to grow for is Alec Pierce. His game is crazy. I like him a lot. I think he's a great possession receiver. He's a big body too, which KC always looks for. Who else we got out here? Man, this is interesting stuff, you guys. Let's see. Skyy Moore too. I know this is a really unrealistic mock draft. I know it is, but this is why we do them, because they're fun, they're exciting, and I love Christian Watson, the player, and Kyler Gordon too. Ooh, I just don't know. When's our next pick in the third round? Let's go there. Oh, we got a 88. 88, we're at 62, so whew. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to shore up our wide receiving core in the future, and I highly doubt this mock draft is real, and it actually happens. Let's go Skyy Moore. I know there's a lot of Christian Watson fans out there, and a lot of you think he's a better talent than Skyy Moore, but I don't know. I've been watching them both a lot lately because I feel like KC can go either one of those routes, and in the first round too. Skyy Moore is just something else, man. Like, I love Christian Watson and the type of player he is, but Skyy Moore is crazy I see a name out there too. Skyy Moore, I don't know, like, he's a great possession receiver. You can take the top off. I just think he's going to be a stud in this offense, and I really hope that comes to fruition too. Okay, pick number 88. Let's see some names who come up the board. I swear, none of y'all really... Kyler Gordon, he's gone. Y'all really keeping Christian Watson? I ain't going to do it. I ain't going to do that. That would just be ridiculous. But someone's going to get a steal in Christian Watson. And I don't know what this mock draft is thinking. I don't know what it's about, what it's going through. But there's no way Christian Watson is making it in the third round. That's just me. But draft is crazy. That's why these mock drafts can be crazy. That's why we know the simulator is crazy. Let's go to cornerback. Let's see if we can invest in a pick in the third round before your pick 100 start coming. Okay, cornerback. There's not good value for these cornerbacks right now. Not right here. Unfortunately not. So what I want to do here, let's look at your linebackers. Linebackers is nothing too crazy here. We didn't even have a trade offer here to try to get out of it. What I want to do then, okay. You guys know I've been raving about him. You know I love him. I'm going to go with Nick Bonito. I know a lot of people I'm going to mess his name up and butcher it, but Kingsley Engabar, however you say it. I just like Nick Bonito. Like I've mentioned before, he goes after the quarterback. He be jumping on them. He be laying them out. He just got one mission, and it's to kill the quarterback, and that's what KC needs. We doubled up on wide receivers. Let's double up on the edges. Those were the two biggest needs on this team. You could question cornerback too, but if you got a good pass rush, you ain't got to worry about the cornerbacks. Now, I know that's not true, but Your pass rush is going to make your cornerbacks better. If the quarterback ain't got time to throw, that means he's going to throw a lot of short passes. So you need those edges set, and we don't know what Casey looks like in the future for an edge rusher. So that's going to be something to look out for. If there's anything the KC Chiefs are going to double up in this draft, it's going to be wide receiver and it's going to be edge rush. And I would not be surprised with that. And as for the Chargers, you're trying to disrespect me and I don't like it, so we're going to reject it. Now, pick number 94. Let's look what's on the board. I really want to get a cornerback. Is this our last pick in this No, we got 2 more. Ooh. Now, I've done mock drafts before, and I've already went with 2 wide receivers, and I think I never got these 2 wide receivers that I'm a big fan of. But if KC ends up going later down the road too, and I don't even know if he'll be available just because he killed his 40 time and people are starting to fall in love with him. But if Calvin Austin is available in the 3rd round, I think KC should be all over that. But with that too, what I'm going to do, I'm going to look back on the cornerbacks. There's one guy, and there's only really one guy I really like. Now, I do like Cam Taylor-Britt, but I like Zion McCollum a whole lot more. I just think he's got way more potential upside. So what I want to do, let me look at my whole top board here. What I could do, honestly, if we wanted to get real crazy with it, Greg Dulcich. He's the best tight end in this draft. I know you could be like, damn, you're trying to retire Kelsey early. And the thing is, like, I don't think Kelsey is retiring anytime soon. So let's get that out the way. But I also don't know if tight end is a need. And I know there's been a lot of scenarios where people think tight end could be a need for KC. I don't know, really, because Jody Fortson was getting more involved too, and we just hope he comes back more healthy. And if he does, that is great. And then you also have a Noah Gray they drafted last year too. But right now, I'm looking at the board. I feel like I can get him. I know Cam Taylor-Britt, I know his value is exactly where the pick is where we are right now. But I feel like he'll be available at 103. And if he's not, I know I have a guy who I hope is. And there's another guy too that in Jerome Ford too. We don't have real straight answers, and I love Jerome Ford in this game, and I might actually go there with this pick. Casey's running back, we know. Clyde Edwards-Helaire, it's an unanswered. We hope he can have a positive year and bounce back. Ronald Jones, he's on the team now. Oh, man, I'm losing my voice. Ronald Jones, he's on the team now. It sounds like he's going to get a lot of workload too, the way Reed's been talking, but that's a 1-year deal too, so you don't know if he'll resign. You need running backs in the future. I love Jerome Ford's game. I don't want to say he reminds me a lot of Kareem Hunt, but he doesn't go down in the first tackle. He's a fast power back. This is a hard decision. And then there's something that just wants me to go this route. Because, man, Jody Fortson's hurt, and you don't know how strong he's going to come back off the injury. God forbid anything happens to Kelsey, and if it does, then what does your tight end room really look like? Did Noah Gray evolve? I'm going to go with Greg Dulcich. I convinced myself to do it. Zion McCollum will be pick 103 because Cam Taylor-Britt is off. Pittsburgh, I am not interested. Carolina, I am not interested. So I could also go the route with Jerome Ford too. I don't want to do that. I think running back is a bigger need than what Chiefs fans want it to be. Chiefs fans feel like they're settled there. I think they're far from it. But the more bigger need is cornerback. So you're going to be set with my guy Zion McCollum here. I think it's a good value pick, definitely. And I think the way Chiefs know how to mold cornerbacks, I think he can be not a day one starter, but he can mold into this kind of into the offense, kind of the way L'Jarius Sneed was. He played, but he wasn't a day one starter. And then when he started making plays, more and more evolved. That's the type of player I think he'll be, and I think he'll be a fan favorite by end of this year. And with that wraps up this 3-round mock draft. Let's do a quick recap. We got a shot. Like I said, none of this is probably going to happen. If Chris Olave is there at 29, Casey is running up to that. Like, you don't avoid that. The two receivers I really want in this draft, or I would say KC should trade for in this draft, is Jamison Williams and Chris Olave. And the fact Chris Olave fell to KC, unrealistic, but I ain't trading out of that pick either if he's there. And then we traded out of 30. I forgot who we traded with, but you guys saw it. Cameron Thomas, I think he's a day one pass rusher. I think he's solid. Jalen Petrie, I think it's how you think our safeties are gonna look. You could say he could fill the Sorensen role, or he could fill the Tyrann Mathieu role, because you hear Justin Reed's filling the Sorensen role, and a lot of people say he's filling the Mathieu role. Honestly, you have three solid starting safeties, and I think that's a great core to have, and I'm excited to see that go down. And then, of course, this is where this draft becomes so crazy. You get Skyy Moore at 62. Now, am I saying it's unrealistic? No, because Skyy Moore, he can get taken in the early second round, but that's too late of the second round for him to be taken. Like, it's actually the end of the second round. So that's not going to happen. But you got a receiving core now of Chris Olave and Skyy Moore. Woo! Man, you could only wish that would come true. And then, of course, you have to dive back in to pass rushers. We're going to get Nick Bonito. I love him. I don't know if you guys are a fan of him, but I am a huge fan of him. And I think he's going to have a great NFL career. Maybe not as quick because he's a raw pass rusher, but I think once he's developed, he'll be something good to watch out for. And then, it was a tricky decision, but like I said, at this point, you're going for best player available, and Greg Dulcich, I think he was the best player available, definitely for a team need, even though tight end's not the straight team need for KC. But again, God forbid something happens to Kelsey. You lost Jordy Fortson last year, and Noah Gray didn't really step into a Jordy Fortson role, which was kind of disappointing to see, because you would hope they would have both had the same type of time, and they prefer Jordy Fortson, and so would I. But if Noah Gray is put in that role by himself, it's kind of like, damn, what is KC going to do? And definitely when we're struggling with targets as it is, man, you got three solid targets right there. And then to end off the 3-round mock draft, we got Zion McCollum. I think he's going to be a solid, if not starter, a good slot cornerback. I think it's a good piece for this Chiefs defense. But with that, let's close this video out. And with that, Chiefs Kingdom, that's going to wrap up this 3-round mock draft. You let me know how I did. Honestly, it's way too unrealistic. I'd give it an A+. If the Chiefs draft all those players, forget what they did in the free agency. Forget about losing Tyreek Hill. They might be a better team this year with all those picks. But let me know the grading down below. And with that, I might do this type of style mock draft every week, because that was really fun. I enjoyed it. I might even go live and get your guys' opinion on who you think the Chiefs should take. But with that, you got to subscribe to the channel to keep up to date on anything Kansas City Chief related. To dive into these mock drafts, I got you guys to stay tuned. Please do like this video, and I am checking out. Peace.